The rise of the digital age has transformed the world in unimaginable ways. From how we communicate to how we shop, vote, work, and learn, technology has become the invisible infrastructure holding modern society together. Behind every platform, algorithm, and device stand powerful tech companies, Silicon Valley behemoths and global innovators whose influence now rivals that of governments. With that power comes responsibility, and as recent controversies have revealed, the moral obligations of these companies can no longer be dismissed or deferred. Tech companies today are no longer just creators of tools. They are gatekeepers of information, architects of human behavior, and curators of reality. The code they write shapes how people see the world, make decisions, and interact with others. This reach confers an enormous ethical burden, one that many companies have struggled or outright refused to carry. At the core of the moral dilemma lies the issue of data. Every search query, every click, every swipe is harvested and monetized. Personal information becomes a commodity, while the justification often centers around personalization or user experience. The line between service and surveillance has become dangerously blurred. When companies collect vast amounts of personal data without transparency or meaningful consent, they are not innovating, they are exploiting. Protecting user privacy must not be an optional feature. It is a fundamental right. Equally pressing is the question of content moderation. Social media platforms like Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, and X, formerly Twitter, serve as the primary sources of news and information for billions. Yet misinformation, hate speech, and extremist content often flourish on these platforms, sometimes amplified by the very algorithms designed to boost engagement. The excuse that we are just a platform is no longer acceptable. When profit incentives favor outrage over accuracy, tech companies must take active responsibility for the consequences of their ecosystems. Artificial intelligence has introduced a new dimension to this moral landscape. From facial recognition to predictive policing, from hiring algorithms to autonomous weapons, AI systems often reflect and reinforce societal biases. Without rigorous ethical oversight, these technologies risk entrenching inequality under the guise of objectivity. It is not enough for tech companies to say, "The algorithm did it." They must ensure fairness, accountability, and transparency at every stage of development and deployment. Labor ethics are another overlooked area of moral responsibility. Many tech companies rely on vast networks of underpaid content moderators, gig workers, and third-party contractors. These individuals often face poor working conditions, emotional trauma, and minimal protections, all while the companies they serve enjoy record-breaking profits. True innovation must be accompanied by just treatment of those who make the digital world function. Then there's the issue of democratic erosion. Foreign interference in elections, algorithmic echo chambers, and data-driven voter manipulation have raised alarm bells around the world. When tech platforms are used as tools of disinformation or polarization, the very fabric of democracy is at risk. Tech companies must safeguard democratic processes, not just for compliance or optics, but because it is the morally right thing to do. Moral responsibility also means being proactive, not just reactive. Waiting for governments to regulate or for public backlash to force reform is a coward's strategy. Tech companies must lead by example, establishing ethical guidelines, investing in social impact, and embedding human values into technological design. Self-regulation, when done with integrity and transparency, can be a powerful force for good. Of course, no company is perfect. The pace of innovation often outstrips regulation and even understanding. But moral responsibility does not mean having all the answers. It means asking the right questions and committing to act with humility and foresight. It means recognizing that technology does not exist in a vacuum. It exists within a human society, with all its messiness, diversity, and vulnerability. In the end, the digital age offers unprecedented opportunities to improve the human condition, but it also poses new threats to privacy, equality, and truth. Tech companies are no longer startups in garages. They are global institutions that shape the future of humanity. With great power comes not just opportunity, but the urgent, inescapable responsibility to do what is right.